Hi guys, have you ever thought about an idea that will help you to consistently attract customers into your business? Then you don't want to miss today's video as I take you through a journey of an idea that will help you to consistently attract, engage and retain customers. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel and you're joining us for the first time, I want to encourage you to go ahead to subscribe to this channel as we bring you lots of educational content that will continuously help your business. Or if you're a salesperson looking to consistently hit targets in the company that you work for, this is also a channel to subscribe to. So today I'm going to be talking about what we call content marketing. Now, this is something that has recently become very popular with the advent of social media. Before now, what a lot of people were used to is a traditional marketing style where you actually go door to door, or you post in things like newspapers, you go online, you do billboards, you go on TV, you run adverts. And what has happened over the course of the years is that sometimes that makes it very difficult for someone who is just starting a business to actually grow the business fast. Or even people that have been in business for a while, it also makes it very difficult. For example, if you're trying to reach people in other parts of the world, it's a bit very difficult for them to do so because they are a bit limited by the things that they can do. Also, this always costs a lot of money to be able to do effectively. So it puts people in a place where they start business and it takes them a long time to be able to scale. But with the advent of social media and technology, it's become very easy for a lot of people to start businesses in less than 1 or 2 months, and then you see them scaling very fast because now they can get their products and their service to people in different parts of the world without thinking of how to go about it. With just a phone and their camera, they can push out lots of content about their businesses, or they can actually do things like writing blog posts or posting articles or writing ebooks or doing a lot of infographics that can help them to consistently push their business to different parts of the world. So today I'm just going to be focusing on what we call content marketing. Now, this is something that a lot of people are doing today, and they've actually scaled their business really fast. And what does this content marketing really mean in simple terminologies? It's just a way by which you attract, you engage, and you retain customers with relevant and consistent content that can help them either in their business or in their personal life or what they are currently involved in. So what it means is that whatever you're trying to put out, it has to be valuable and it has to be relevant to the people that you're trying to target. So content marketing can involve things like blog posts. It can involve things like, doing like a podcast. It can involve doing a YouTube video just like as I'm doing. It can involve writing ebooks. It can involve infographics. These are various forms of content marketing that you can use. And with just your phone, you can actually start it in a very simple way. You don't actually need a lot of tools to actually start this. So what that means is that as you're watching me right now, if you're thinking about how else you want to attract customers for your business, why don't you start pushing out content that are relevant to the target audience that you want to actually reach? So these are some of the key aspects that you need to consider when you want to start pushing out content. 1, the content has to be value driven. So what does this mean? If you're trying to push out a content, it's not just you pushing out anything and anyhow. You have to think about the value that the person that is listening to you or the person that is reading what you're pushing out will gain from that thing. So for example, if you're into real estate, one of the things you can consider is that what are the common challenges that people who want to go into real estate always face? Or if someone is planning to buy a house or someone is planning to buy a land, what are the common questions that will be in their mind if they want to make that decision? You can frame a content around that and push that out so that the people that are interested in that service, when they hear it, they actually get value from it. So that is what it means for what you're doing to be value driven. And you can do this by researching on some of the challenges that your potential customers are going to be having or they currently have. The second thing that you need to consider is that you have to have a target in mind. So it has to be target driven. It's not for you to just push out content to everyone, because not everyone is your potential customer. So you have to define who are the people that you are trying to reach. So for example, like this video I'm doing, my target customers are business owners and salespeople. So I know that these are the things that are relevant to people in that space. And that is why I'm coming up with this kind of content. So you need to also sit down and ask the kind of content you want to push out. Who are the people that I'm trying to reach? So that is what will determine what you are doing. So for example, if you watch the cartoons that a lot of the content creators who make these things do, they know that their target audience are kids. And so they actually craft those content in a particular way that actually speaks to those kids. The other thing you need to consider is that your content must be consistent. So it's not just for you to actually do something today and tomorrow you're done. You must look at a way to actually make what you're doing to be consistent. And also, you can also feature things like indirect sales into it. So it's also a way by which people sell things indirectly. So you'll see that a lot of people, when they do content these days, they just slot in some of the product and the service that they render in between the content, so that the hearers or the listeners can also know that they have such product or such value. And that's also a way to market indirectly. So you also have to have that in mind when pushing out your content. And what are the things that this content would actually help you achieve? So one of the things that it helps you to achieve is that it helps you to build trust. So a lot of people who don't know you before, as they continue to listen to you, as they continue to hear or see the things that you push out, they start building trust and they start seeing you as someone who is a voice in that space. And if you're thinking of doing anything in that space, you come into their mind as one of the person that they can patronize. A lot of people actually spend a lot of money in time before to push out a lot of content, and they don't really get a lot of people coming back. But with this, you can actually start small. You can actually start the way you are without having too many things to go with. So it helps you to be able to reach a wider audience. You can reach a lot of people beyond where you are currently staying. So if you are here to start pushing out content for your product or your service, this is actually a way to actually start it. If today's content has actually been very useful and helpful to you, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell if you are yet to do so. I want to encourage that if you're looking for someone who can train you on the act of actually consistently, reaching and getting customers, this is one of the things that we do. Reach out to us and I'll be able to provide our service to you. Thank you very much for staying tuned to today's video. See you next time.